September brings us with Venus in Leo stationing direct and Jupiter in Taurus stationing retrograde, both at the beginning of the month. And towards the middle and the end of the month, we're going to have the Sun entering Libra, and then we're going to have a full moon in Aries. Both of these events are going to be activating the Aries Libra nodes in your birth chart. So hi and welcome back. I am your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. To get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. And if you are returning, thank you for all the likes and comments because I greatly appreciate you. So this is your September 2023 astrology forecast. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, we have Venus in your 5th house. Now, Venus has been stationing retrograde, and now she's going to be going direct. Venus is what you love, who you love, how you love, and the 5th house is about being childlike or with your children, and it's art and music. And so with Venus retrograde coming to an end, you can now start to sort out all of the issues that you've had from the last month and finding more inspiration and creativity that's been lacking, something that you can bring back and work better with. Your energy in this area is now going to start to return to normal because Venus here, it's been going back over this area of I want to have this creativity. I used to do this when I was younger, or I have been blocked by it some way. And so now moving forward, it'll be with better inspiration and with more clarity of who do you want to work with, how do you want to work, and how is this going to happen. Then as we move forward on the 4th, we have Jupiter stationing retrograde. Now, Jupiter has entered your 2nd house several months back, and Uranus has been there with the nodes for, the nodes were there for a year and a half. So your 2nd house of your personal wealth, cash, property, income has been under scrutiny with surprising shocks, twists, and changes. And so now you've had this opportunity of Jupiter coming into your 2nd house, offering you abundance, offering you insight, offering you all these great things that are coming your way. Now, it has also to do with 12th house themes, and it has to do with your 9th house themes. Knowing this, what abundance is coming to you that's been hidden, because your 12th house is what is hidden. You going within in order to create these things or prepare these things. And your 9th house is about I want to publish. I want to study spirituality. I want to understand it better. Diving deep. Higher learning, foreign people, places, and things. So retrograde, it's taking all of this information and going within. Normally, when it is direct, we look outside for the resources. So stationing retrograde, you're going to take all the information that you've gained and now process it, and how will it change you? So you're going to have this opportunity to also work through some karma, and this could also be with anything that you consider valuable. People, places, things. It's going to be a slow and steady because Taurus is slow to get motivated and can be a little stubborn. So at this time, work to be a little bit more flexible. Then as we move forward on to the 14th, so on the 14th, we have a Virgo new moon. I love a Virgo new moon. So a Virgo new moon for you, remember new moons, fresh start, clean slate, to begin anew. And Virgo is studious and let's get down to business and let's organize, let's prepare. The sun has been illuminating your 6th house of physical, spiritual, mental, health, well-being, your service to others. How do I find this balance between work and home? And it's also the house of where we find mentors, people who will guide us to do better. So now with this new moon, it's about what do you want to start fresh with? It's like you've gathered all the harvest and now you have to look through it and say, we don't want to waste anything. I mean, if it's like the fall time and we have all this abundance of vegetables and fruits, how do you manage this? What can you put on the shelf, or how do you preserve this? How do you work with this? Remember new moons. Set your new moon intention for, I want to be organized. I want to be structured. How do I move forward with this? With jobs, schedules, routines. And then the following day, we're going to have Mercury stationing direct. So this is a good thing also because it's going to take this house and illuminate it more. Mercury direct in Virgo is going to be a time where you're going to be able to get back on track with what you need to finish with and what you need to get organized with. Remember, Mercury being the way that we communicate, the way that we travel. And so it has literally been having you go back over this area of your life and saying, clean up all these loose ends, because once they're cleaned up, you're going to be able to start fresh, begin anew. And so now you've had this like false start, slow start of this new moon saying, this is the area that I want to begin anew. And now you're going to be able to slowly adjust to what is now going to be like your normal work ethic to pull forward and make things happen, to balance your home and your work connection. It is in trine with what's going on up here at the top of your chart with Pluto, so you know that you've had these great transformations. It's also trining your Jupiter, so we know that everything that's going on with you right now is your personal cash, property, resources, you in the outside world with your career, and finding a really good balance in order to make this happen. Then on the 23rd, the Sun entering Libra. And so this is really important because the nodes have just shifted into the Aries Libra axis of your life, and the Sun is now saying, look, this is really important that we work on balance and we work on partnership. It's going to be illuminating the seventh house of your chart, which is the +1. You with significant others, you with friends, you with business business partners, you with clients. Libra is where we have to find fairness. We have to find a balance. And so you're going to be spending a lot more time with people. And this could include welcoming a new circle of friends that you're going to be with or new clients. This is about restoring a balance, knowing that the nodes, I did do a whole separate video on the nodal axis of your chart. This is going to be a conflict of how do you find this balance, because the North node is suggesting that this is the direction I need to go in. It needs to be about you. And the South node is how do I find this balance between what is mine and what is other people. How do I find a balance between not just energy, but with work, with literally mine? It's the me, we axis of your life of who am I? Who am I with my partner? Who am I with my best friend? Who am I with clients? It will be you identifying these areas of your life that you need to find a balance between who you are and who you are with others. Then moving forward on to the 29th. So on the 29th, we're going to have a full moon in the sign of Aries. This is going to be highlighting the me, we axis of your life. There's going to be something that's happening with partners, relationships, significant others, best friends, work associates, clients. And now with this full moon, it's going to be coming out, like you're going to be able to see things that were not normally there. This can drive you using your emotions to say, this is what I need to focus on, because a full moon in the sign of Aries is fire, it's ignition, it's passion, it's drive. And so you're going to be wanting to focus on what are you invested in, using caution to not have a short temper. Remember that the Sun rules your 5th house of whatever is brings you joy, whether it be arts, music, and children, or being childlike. And the moon rules your 4th house of home, family, roots, foundation. So we know that these 4 areas of your life are going to be activated of this is my focus, and how do I decide what is mine with you, and how do I go after and balance the scales here a little bit, finding some harmony and not having a temper tantrum or not being, because things are going to be brought out. You're going to see things that were once hidden. And so find this balance by keeping yourself busy and saying, this is what I want to do for myself. Remember that full moons are also endings, so there may be some endings that have to do with partnerships, relationships, and it could be a natural ending. It doesn't have to be a major ending of we are fighting and we went our separate ways. This can literally be a happy ending of, oh, this client no longer needs my service, or these clients do need my service, and now it's being illuminated and it will bring them to you. So as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you would like an individual reading, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.